So welcome everybody to our fourth cookie rookie training. We're getting towards the end of our sale and we wanted to go over some just different things that you'll need to do to wrap up the program. So I'm Gail Harris. With me tonight is Latoya David and Rebecca Frazetta, our usual crew. So let's see. So our for our agenda tonight, we're going to talk about wrapping up the program, reward selection, just review some important reports for you to run and save, and then we'll get to our questions at the end. If you have any questions as we go along, just let us know. You can post them in the chat, and we will try and stop periodically to take a look. So wrapping up the cookie program, what do you need to do? So this is a checklist. It's from the back of our Cookie Manager guidebook, but I put it up here just to take a look. So once you're finished selling cookies, you have a bunch of paperwork that you're going to finalize. The troops don't have to turn in the paperwork to the Service Unit Cookie Manager, but you are responsible for keeping the records from the 2024 cookie program in case there's any problems with apparent delinquency or anything that might require an audit issue. It's important to have everything that you can go back through and all your documentation. So you can see at the bottom, there's a checklist and it gives you an idea of the different things. So we're going to assign all the cookies to the girls who participated through our Troop to Girl transfers, make the reward choices, make sure all your, it says t-shirt and hoodie sizes are entered, and all the other choices that also go along with the reward. So, and then we'll talk about the different reward reports to save, and saving your receipts. That's important. Any when you've had parents from the troops sign off. So let's take a look here. So first thing we're going to talk about is assigning all the cookies to the girls. So in Smart Cookies, you want to go in and run the on-hand inventory report to see what cookies have not been transferred to the girls in your troop. And we can take a look at that in a minute. Let's just kind of review first, and then I'll switch over and just show you what that report looks like. So once you look at that, and you're going to select in packages, see how many packages of each variety of cookie that you still have remaining, and you want to transfer those to the girls who sold, and you're going to use that troop to girl transfer that we've talked about in prior meetings. You're also going to create the virtual cookie share orders, and we'll talk about those on the next couple of slides. Create any girl financial transactions that maybe you haven't created. Someone just paid you for cookies that they sold in person, and so you just make sure you've gotten all those transactions taken care of. And then you want to run the girl balance summary report. That'll show you if anybody still owes money to the troop. And then you can also use that girl order detail summary report to look over each girl's orders. And those are all Smart Cookies reports. So let me see here. Sorry, it's I'm only using my small screen, and I want to switch over real quick here. And just show you that troop on-hand inventory report. So you're just, oh, I need a troop. Well, I can do it here, all right. So we're just going to go to reports, the current reports, and you can choose inventory and delivery, and you'll see the troop on-hand inventory. I'm not used to just using this screen, sorry. And then you want to switch it over here to to packages, I'm sorry. And I'm just going to use, this is kind of just a fill-in troop that we have to help with some other things, but it does have some inventory so you can see what it looks like. And you run the report and it'll show you that you have, in this case, there's 64 total packages that haven't yet been transferred to any of the girls in the troop. So you'll look at that, make notes of it so that you can then go and figure out if girls have cookies that have been sold that haven't been transferred to them, or this is your remaining inventory that you can then share with them. So let me, sorry, back over here for a second. Let me just look at the chat. Okay, so if there's a discrepancy, I see Maylene's asking, what you really need to do is go back and do manage orders, look at all the transactions that you've already done and see if maybe there's somebody that you accidentally transferred 6 extra packages to. And that's really the first place to start. You can also compare it to what you have noted as what were in your planned orders. Although 6 packages is only half of a case, so most likely it's coming from transfers that you did. And you know, it's easy to type a wrong number or read a wrong line.
And if you over assigned packages, so say you only had 12 Thin Mints and you over assigned 6 of them, you would have a -6. That's what the negative means. So that means you gave 6 more packages than you had received from a truck, a warehouse, your initial order, or another troop. You gave more than you actually had. So that's what that negative stands for. So you just kind of have to go back and look through and see if something's off. And you can also look at the girl, which Gail's going to talk about the girl financial transaction. So if every parent has like paid for what they've owed, they should have a 0 balance. So if you know a mom paid for all of her cookies for sure, but she's showing a balance due, that could mean you over assigned cookies to her by accident.
Thank you. So hold on. Let's go back over here for a minute. I'm going to mimic. I saw someone put their troop number in there, so I'm going to borrow that. I hope that's okay. I'm just unloading. You can see my smart cookies, right?
Yes, we can see it. Sorry.
There goes. Didn't think it was loading there for a minute. All right. Just easier to look at a troop that has girls in it versus the other troop, which is just really just for inventory at the moment. So you're going under reports and we'll look at the girl balance summary. Well, yeah, let's look at that one. And I'm not. You can type in individual girl names if you want to just pull up one girl, but this shows you the number of packages that they have from their smart cookies, from their direct ship orders. It shows any booth transfers. So if she was a part of a booth and you transferred cookies to her during the booth, that will be there. And then the non-booth transfers, and those are all the cookies that you transferred to her for girl delivered orders and cookies that you gave her if she was going out around her neighborhood to sell. So those are all the cookies that were transferred to her. And then the financial transactions show credit card payments for her orders that came in through digital cookies. And also you'll see any of the if she paid you the troop cash for any cookies, you'll see those listed here as well. Like here's one for $116 in cash. And then at the bottom, it shows you how much money has been totaled, the cookies that were transferred to her, and in this case, she has a 0 balance. So she's all paid up. So and then when you scroll down, you'll see the next girl. Everybody's here, but if you see someone with the balance, then you need to go back and see, if she has 132 cookies, how much of that was girl delivered orders that were placed through through digital cookie. Those would be paid on credit card, but any other cookies that she took and sold in person with cash, then she would have to pay the troop for those cookies. So, as you go through it, you'll pick through the report and see, you just kind of put all the pieces together and you'll be able to figure out balances. If there's a question about a balance, certainly reach out. I helped a couple people today. And then other reports that are here that also help with that is this girl order detail summary. This is a newer report. Switch it over here to packages. Oops. No, yeah, this, okay. So this shows all of the girls' orders and everything like line by line, so you can see what was transferred to her, all the packages that you transferred, the direct ship orders that she got, your digital cookie, and then same thing down here, transfers, and you can see the T2G is troop to girl, T2G with the B is from our booth transfers. You can see she has cookie shares down here. So this is really a good way if you want to really look at an individual girl's sales and see if there's anything that you think that's missing or that you didn't account for. This helps a lot. So let's head back over here. So we kind of took a quick look at these reports. Let me see. I see a couple questions in the chat. So, all right, we'll talk about, I see someone asked about cookie shares. We'll talk about those next. If someone has a credit and all cookies have been transferred to her, and so most likely that means that she paid some cash to the troop and it must be more than she needed to pay. But again, the easiest way to figure that is looking at that girl balance summary and looking at how many cookies were transferred, what she paid, how many of those cookies that were transferred to her were paid by credit card, and just kind of combing through the numbers and figuring that that's really the best way to figure it out.
And kind of like
Okay, yes,
Gail. Okay, so we'll have to look into that. So if a girl has a credit, then that means she has like more money assigned to her than cookies assigned to her, if that makes
Yeah, so
sense. So we'll have
that
to
we
look
have to
into
look
that.
through all of her girl delivered orders and make sure that the amount of cookies match up with the girl delivered orders. I mean, that would
And
be
it could also be
the
it could also be if you meant to give her booth credit, but
We didn't do
you
booth.
gave her girl credit instead, because booth credit will not add a financial responsibility. So it could be that you accidentally gave her regular credit when it should have been booth credit.
Well, we
But
didn't do any booths though.
okay, I'll look for your email and I'll
Yeah,
look at it for now.
Okay,
Like
because
Gail keeps
I actually
going.
sent you, it's a pretty heavy email because my smart cookies is completely wrong. It says I have cookies when I don't have cookies. It's like nothing is right on mine. And I'm like crazy teacher organized, so I don't know why it's not right.
Okay, I'll look. I'm gonna search for your email and I'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
help you go through it.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see. So let's take a look at the virtual cookie share orders. This is something
Sorry. Sorry.
something that is a little confusing to all of us. And we keep trying to go over it and helping people. So any cookie share donations purchased on an in-person order. So a girl was going door to door in her neighborhood and someone said, oh, yeah, I don't eat cookies, but I want to donate. I'll pay you for 2 packages of cookies. A girl delivered order done through digital cookie, or an order that comes up as donation only. So the girl delivered order would say girl delivered with donation or plus donation. I forget how it's worded, or an exclusively donation order. Smart Cookies will get the financial transaction for that. So the money for any donations paid on credit card, the money comes through. But for the in-person, the girl delivered, or the donation only, we need to create a virtual cookie share, which gives the girl the credit for those packages. So I mean, I saw one today that somebody had 30 some, I think it was 33 donations from one customer. So we had to make sure that she gets credit for 33 packages sold. The financial part of it was already there. So to do that, you're going to do the the virtual cookie share transactions in Smart Cookies. But what I suggest doing is running the all data report in Digital Cookie. And when you're on your Troop screen, this is the very bottom of the Troop screen. You got to kind of scroll down to see those reports, and you're going to run this report. It's an Excel spreadsheet, and it looks like this. This is a piece of one of them. And I highlighted the ones in yellow that need to have that virtual cookie share order created. So there's one that's donation only, and you can see it's 10 packages. There's one that's in-person delivery with donation for, and the donation is column U all the way to the right. So they have 2 packages. They have additional cookies, but the one that you need to create the virtual cookie share for is those donation ones. And then this was a cookies in hand with donation. So that was, could be like a door-to-door type of situation, but they used Smart Digital Cookie to take the order. The one at the bottom that says where I have shipped with donation, that automatically populates in Smart Cookies. So those are the only ones that you don't need to create a virtual cookie share for. You don't have to do anything. The financial side and the amount of packages exist already in Smart Cookies. It's a little confusing that one thing does populate and the others don't. But that's why we just keep trying to help everybody remember. Let's take a quick look just as a reminder. Sorry. I usually sit in the other room and have both my screens, and I only did one screen today. Oh, and now my cats are fighting with each other. I should have stayed in the other room. Almost as bad as kids. All right, so to create that virtual cookie share order, you're just going to go over here to hover over orders, go down to virtual cookie share, and all your girls pop up, and you just type in the number of cookie shares that they have, go down and hit save, and it's as simple as that. It's just really a matter of just verifying that you've got everything, all the orders for every girl in the troop. Let's see, I think Rebecca, did you answer? So for shipped with donation, yeah, we don't need to enter those. They're taken care of. They do automatically populate. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about reward selections. So starting February 23rd, so that's 3 days from now, you'll be able to create a recognition order in Smart Cookies. It's not open yet. It will be soon. The recognition order from Smart Cookies is what we use, what ABC Baker uses to determine how many of each item your troop needs, every troop needs. I'll show you where you can get to that in a minute, but you'll hover over the rewards tab and you'll just click on recognition order. Prior to creating that recognition order, you need to collect all the reward choices from your girls in the troop. Remind them that they can make their reward choices in Digital Cookie. We know that there is some discrepancy in terms of number of packages sold, so they may not be able to make all of their choices, but hopefully they can do most of that there. To see the choices, you can run the reward selection report, again, all the way to the bottom of your troop screen in Digital Cookie. Very important to collect the hoodie and t-shirt sizes from the girls who've earned those hoodies and t-shirts so that they get the size that they want. But our reward card recognition lineup has quite a few choices this year. And so you need to make sure that for each girl in your troop, if they haven't done it in Digital Cookie, you're going to have to reach out to them and say, hey, you know, you earned, you're at this like say 180 to 214 package level. Do you want the magic camp light or do you want the cookie dough? All those choices then will be made. You'll be filling out that reward, that recognition order in Smart Cookies. So I can't show you the whole thing right now, but I can show you where it is. So right here, rewards, you're going to go to recognition order and you'll see here, right? It says February 23rd. And then if you have to go back and make any changes to it before it's submitted, there's manage recognition order right there. And again, I'm not able to show that to you because it's not set up yet, or it's not running yet. Does anybody have any questions about that? Oh, hold on. Still confused between donation and Smart Cookie share. For example, the girl sales at the cookie booth, customers will donate. All right. So that you're just talking about someone just donating money, but that's not, it's not that they're paying for a whole package of cookies to be donated. They're just giving financial value. Dee, is that what you're asking? Rebecca, what's the best way for them to handle something like that?
Sorry, I was typing to another comment.
Okay.
For the shipped order, if you, I see, said she already entered one for a ship order, so you can continually go into Cookie Share and edit that. So if you had already like Keki entered for 6 packages and 4 cookie shares, so you can edit your Cookie Share in Smart Cookies to take that away, because that's basically giving double credit to the girl, if that's what you're talking about.
Right.
That we're just, yeah, that, I think that, and then also someone was asking if someone left like at a cookie booth or something, they just get a little bit of money towards a donation.
Okay, so you have to, so you don't really record that money, you kind of just add it up, Dee, until the very end. So, you know, I know like throughout the booths, people might get like $30, or then they might put their own couple dollars in to equal it out. So if at the very end, after all of like the leftover change that people let you keep at booths, you can then convert those to the Cookie Share. So you would just, you'd give the girls the Cookie Shares, however you want to do it. So say you have 5 girls in your troop, you get 5 donated boxes. You somehow got $30. Yeah, so that's 5. So each girl gets 1 Cookie Share value added to her. If you're looking at it equally, however you want to divvy it up, you can. You don't have to, so what you would do, since you already got that money, you would then just create a girl financial transaction and write that as like cash, because the troop already has it. But when you give that girl credit as a Cookie Share, it's going to look like she owes you $6. Does that make sense, Dee?
Yeah.
The troop already has that money. It's already in your bank account. So
Yes.
you're just giving her, like, whoever you give the credit for those donation boxes, you can just, if you want the whole system to balance out, you can just create a girl financial transaction. And then the notes you can put, you know, from donated money received at a cookie booth for her Cookie Share, you know, like, because you
Yeah.
already, and then that would balance out her balance too. If that
So I
makes
can
sense.
divide it between the 2 girls and then
What's
say
that?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I think she got cut
yeah,
off.
I can.
Okay, so that means that I can divide, like say they get $8.
I think she got cut off.
Hello?
And there is a report
I-
in Digital Cookie Gill's going to show you on where you
Rebecca?
can
Hello?
see if the girls choose their rewards.
I
They
don't
might
think Rebecca's
not.
hearing us.
Oh, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. But I could hear Dee and you weren't hearing her for some reason.
Okay, I think I just got the thing, my internet was unstable.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think that was what was happening. Because I was like, wait, what happened? Everybody left. I didn't hear what Dee said back. Sorry.
Yeah, so if I get if I get receive like for the day of the boot sale like $15, but there were 2 girls there, so I would put it as a financial transaction between those 2 girls. Is that what you're saying? But
Yeah, like, so
but
if you
then
got $15, that essentially is 2 boxes. So if you want to give each of those girls, you know, or 2 of those girls, like you can, that's why a lot of people wait until the end. They add up all their donations at the end, and then
okay.
they like split it that way. Because sometimes if you go by booth, it's hard. So they just say, okay, we'll just keep adding up all the money. We'll see what we have at the end of the sale. And then they divide it by 6. So that'll tell you how many Cookie Share boxes you can give credit to. And then you do your
Okay.
best to like equally give it to the girls who sell.
Okay.
And then
Thank
once you do that, like once you create that Cookie Share, it's gonna look like the girl owes money for that. So if you gave the one girl credit for one box, her girl financial transaction, her girl balance due will say $6 because it looks like, oh wait, she sold that box. So then you can just create the girl financial transaction and put in the notes, you know, that it was from Donated Cookie Share.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Okay?
thank you. Mhm.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people wait until the end to do stuff like that. And then they
Yeah.
just do it equally, or some divide by hours of how many girls, you know, how many hours a girl worked a booth. Every troop does it differently, but most troops try to do it their best to be as equal or as equitable as possible to the girls who sell in their troop. And then Gail will talk about where the report is.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Gail, that was, thank you.
Yep, thank you. The reward report, there is one in Digital Cookie. It's at the bottom of the screen, same place that you'll see the reports for like the all data
I
report.
think you have another slide that shows it, yeah.
I don't think I have the reward one. That's I have the, oh, actually,
Oh, that's, I couldn't
no, wait,
remember.
hold on. I can actually go back here. Wait, one second.
Maybe.
If I-
See
Here,
if
this
we
one
can-
here. So you can see the very bottom one here is reward selection. So
And that's the really dependent, like Gail had mentioned, that's really dependent if the girls went in and selected them. So you still may have to, you can run that report, but you still may have to get those choices from the girls. You know,
Yeah.
that you want to make sure they have the t-shirt size. Note for t-shirts and hoodies, they're not going to get these until like mid to late May, even early June, depending on when your service unit gives them to you. So you really want to let the girls know, like if they want their t-shirt and hoodie to last, like for next year, we usually, depending on how their size is, but we usually recommend they maybe do a size up. Like if, especially if they're daisies and they're like a small, you know, instead of getting a child small, maybe get a child medium, because then, you know, it'll last them for next year, for the next winter, and you know, they love wearing their hoodies. So just a little tip on that.
Thank you. All right, so, and like Rebecca said, you'll run that report in Digital Cookie, but not everybody will have made their choices, and you will probably have to reach out to some of the girls and just get the final bits and pieces of their choices. So just a couple reports that we suggest running and saving, because you will most likely want to refer back to them after the cookie program is over, and this way you already have them saved and in your files. Smart Cookies reports, you want to run that troop balance summary report as well as the girl balance summary report. So you'll have one overall report for your whole troop that shows your troop proceeds and how much is due, if there is any money due at the ACH with time. The girl balance summary will just, once you've finished doing everything, hopefully that will show zero balances for all your girls. But if you have it to refer back to see all their payments. The girl order details summary report we looked at before also, that one shows all the orders they've brought in. And then really important, run that recognition order report once you've finished entering all of their choices in, because when the rewards arrive, you're just going to get a box full of rewards and you need to know who gets what. So don't wait to run that. As soon as your rewards are submitted, run it, save it somewhere, print it out, save it on your computer. Well, you'll remember where you will remember it. And then you can pull it up when it's time to hand those rewards out. The recognition items will go to your service unit cookie manager, and then they will contact you, and everybody handles it a little bit differently, how they have you come and pick them up. And then in Digital Cookie, run that all troop data report. It is similar to what's on the girl order detail summary report, but I would use them both just to have them, or them and run them both to have them for your records. All right, Rebecca, did you want to talk a little bit about remaining inventory?
Sure. Okay, so by now we're getting down to the wire. What's really important to do is contact all of your parents, see if they have any remaining cookie inventory. At this point, they basically have two choices. If they want to keep it to continue selling, you know, maybe they have a goal for their daughter, then that's awesome. You just want to remind them of the following, that they have until March 17th to pay you for all the cookies remaining. You want to just make it clear that you're not accepting any returns after this. You know, the troop has to pay. So if they don't sell these, the troop's going to lose out on troop proceeds. So by them agreeing to keep them, to sell them, you know, their daughter's going to get credit for them when the system closes. And that would get credit for her cookie rewards. So you really want to say, like, this is your last chance to return any that you don't want or can't sell, so that we can work as a troop to sell them. If the parent says, you know, we don't want to keep them, we've tried, we're out of luck, we've got nobody left to buy, you want to arrange to get them from them as soon as possible. You know, give them a final deadline to return them to you. Let them know, listen, if I don't have them back by this date, you're going to be financially responsible. Because remember, you do have the signed receipts from them. So the key thing here is just communication, letting them know, you know, the troops got to pay for these, so we really need them back. If you do get any cookies back, you have them from leftover booths or whatnot, you know, you can still do the following. You can see if any other girls in your troop want them to sell. Maybe they have some last minute orders, or they have some friends or family they're going to see. You can also reach out to your service unit cookie manager to see, or your service unit manager, so they can post, see if any local troops need cookies. You can also post what you have on in the Cookie Hub rally. There's the county swap pages, and I believe there's a Facebook swap page too that was created. So you can see if any troops need them. You can continue to hold booth sales, you know, work with your service unit booth coordinator, lemonade stands at your house. I'm going to skip the other one, but walking around at upcoming street fair, St. Patty's Day is always like the towns who have parades. I've always heard of troops who like put them in a wagon, and they've had great luck selling them at parades. So that's always an option. And then you can also do a donation drive. Like, you can, I'm friends with a bunch of troops, troop leaders, and I always see them post, hey, everybody, to their friends and family, like, Troop 10 has 50 boxes left over. Help us, you know, wrap up our cookie program. We'll be donating these to XYZ food bank or the local shelter, like whatever. You can pick a local organization that's in your town. That's always more helpful, because people want to donate to something that's in their local vicinity, and say, you know, for every box you buy, you can keep them and eat them, of course, or we will donate them to this local organization. So there's options to try to get rid of those, you know, so just some food for thought about that. You can do booths past 3-3. We ask that you talk with your service unit booth coordinator first, because they know a lot of the businesses who are open to that. And then if they say, some of them are like, okay, we're done, you do what you want, they usually want to know where you're having a booth at, and you know what it's about, so they can keep an eye on that. If you do any booths after the program ends, you just have to remember that all of the Girl Scout cookie rules and guidelines still apply. Just because the official program's over doesn't mean that the rules go out of the woodwork. So you have to have the same, you know, girl adult ratios and all of that stuff. And remember that you're still representing the community. You know, we don't want to do anything that could hurt a business with them letting your town have booths there next year. So usually not many troops hold booths later, you know, it's a handful around scattered about. But again, you just want to remember, you don't want to bug the booths, the businesses for a million locations. You know, because then they kind of get sick of us too, and they're ready to let other organizations have tabling time. So just remember to keep it, you know, Girl Scout appropriate, so that we don't upset the business and lose them for next year. That's all I have on this slide.
And do we have any other questions? And feel free to type them in, or go ahead and talk if you'd like to. It's quiet tonight. Everybody's running out of steam. It's almost the end of cookies. Well, if you have any problems as you're wrapping up your program, you know where to find us, reach out. We're certainly here to help. When is the last day we can sell until? So the cookies have an expiration date on them, I believe.
Yeah, so the cookies have a Best Buy date of September 30th. We really asked troops, there's no official end date, but we really asked troops to try to wrap it up by the end of June. Summertime hits, it gets really hot. Cookies start to get compromised. So we, tend to get complaints in the summer from customers who are like, well, I just bought cookies from a troop and they were melted, or, they were stale or whatever. So we really asked, like, take the weather into consideration and try to be done selling what you have by June 30th. But again, the cookies are good until September 30th. You just have to continue to, work with the council to pay your balance due.
Oops. Someone just asked about whether or not we'll send out a copy of the meeting. Yes, I will save the
You
recording.
heard my
and we'll get
answer
it out.
about them. Did you hear my answer about the deadline?
Yes, we heard you.
Okay. I got that weird message again about my internet, so I
Oh,
wasn't
no,
sure.
we heard you. You're good. At least I heard you.
D, not sure what you mean by customer complaint. I guess it depends. If it's like a cookie complaint, like quality of cookies, ABC has a contact page, but you can always email customer care at gscsnj.org. They will create a case for us, and then we can look at, okay, how do we have to respond? Is it something we can respond to? Is it something we can forward to the baker so that they're aware of?
Right, yeah, if it's a problem with an order that was delivered to them, we've had, I had a couple where somebody was missing a package or got a wrong variety or something like that. Yeah, just reach out, and because I have a link that the customer can fill out. But if it's something else, certainly, do a customer care case, and we'll get you the right information.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, we do hope this was helpful. We will have one more open Q&A period in, I think, 2 weeks. Gail
think
will
so.
send everybody
the
else out and remind you. So, that way you can always jump on if you're wrapping up things and have questions. We'll be on again to help you wrap everything up.
Rebecca, is tomorrow at noon better than 5:15 or 5:30?
Yes, I do have a meeting at 1, but yeah, totally, you can call me tomorrow. That works.
Okay, yeah, because my lunch is from 12 to 1, so
Okay.
I'm free if
Okay,
that's
yeah,
better for
perfect.
you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Okay, and I'll bring my laptop this way. I can pull everything
Okay,
up on
and
the
I'll
screen
look in
while
your
we're
email.
talking.
I'll try to see if I can get, do some research tonight to
Okay.
see what's going on, why things are messy. So we'll figure